According to organdonor.gov in 2013, every 10 minutes a person is added to the waiting list to receive an organ. Each day, an average of 79 people receive organ transplants. However, an average of 21 people die every day waiting for transplants that can't take place because of the shortage of donated organs. According to the United Network for Organ Sharing, there are 103,325 candidates on the waiting list as of August 30th, 2009. As a society, it's time to take organ donation serious and encourage organ donation from everyone. It may one day save your life. I would like to discuss the current shortage of organ donations, why organ donations should be encouraged, and if a law should be passed to benefit organ donors. I want all of you to leave here with an understanding of how important each and every one of our organ donations could be. Researchers claim that less than half of all eligible organ donors actually become organ donors. By becoming an organ donor, you can save a life of a deserving person. Organ donation has a high shortage. According to www.unos.org, as of today, there are 123,335 candidates on the waiting list for an organ, compared to 1,257 donors in the month of January. By donating organs, one individual can help up to 8 people, while tissue donors can improve the lives of up to 50 people. Organ donation can save the lives of many individuals who are on the waiting list for an organ donation and help with the shortage problem at hand. There are several organizations to assist a person with information about being and becoming an organ donor. One organ donor can save up to lives with their vein organs and more than 50 lives with their donated tissues. A person can sign up to be an organ donor when they apply for their state ID, as well as many different organizations on the web to sign up for organ donation online. According to www.core.org, more than 120,000 men, women, and children waiting for organ transplants in the United States depend on a complex and technologically advanced organ allocation system with links patients with donors for their organs. Now that we have discussed the shortage of organ donations, let's talk about if laws should be considered for organ donations and donators. A law could be put in place to benefit current organ donors and encourage others to want to donate. Under current law, a person can be an organ donor by simply checking a box on their driver's license application. However, doctors will always side with living relatives' decision on donating your organs if you have passed. Even if that means your next of kin decides against your organs being donated. An article by Douglas W. Hanto, MD, posted on www.journalofethics.com in September of 2005, quoted, "The refusal of families to grant permission is a major impediment to organ donation." Recently, several states have passed legislation establishing first-person consent, whereby the family cannot override an individual's documented desire to be an organ donor. There could be a law put in place to award organ donors to be placed first on the waiting list, and for all those people that choose not to be organ donors to be placed last on the waiting list, even after new entries are added to the daily list. Laws could prevent next of kin being allowed to go against an organ donor's decision. The government could persuade people with a law in place to take care of organ donors before those who choose to not want to be a donor. A law making sure organ donors next of kin can't make any decision on a person who is an organ donor. This law could help with part of the shortage problem at hand by respecting a deceased person's dying wishes. A law could possibly help with organ donation being taken more seriously, but it could also make people feel like their freedom is being taken from them. Let's switch focus from laws being in place and talk about encouraging others to become organ donors. Encouraging your friends, family, and children to be organ donors can help the shortage of organs for those in need. According to www.kidneylink.org, in 2014, how long you will have to wait depends on how many things is primarily determined to the degree of matching between you and the donor. Some people wait several years for a good match, while others get matched within a few months. The average waiting time for a kidney is 3 to 5 years, depending on blood type. I interviewed my friend, Scott Booker, on May 5th, 2015. Scott is an organ receiver of a kidney. He received his kidney 19 years ago. Luckily for Scott, 19 years is a long time for a receiver of a deceased person's kidney to last. However, Scott recently was placed back on the waiting list as his kidney is once again failing. I have learned a lot from him about the importance of organ donation. He does not know when he will get the call for a new kidney, if at all. The U.S. uses an opt-in system. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, 28,000 transplants were made possible last year due to organ donors. Around 79 people received organ transplants every day. Unfortunately, around 18 people died, unable to have surgery due to a shortage of donated organs. This according to an article on www.medicalnewstoday.com on September 24th, 2014. 12 people on the organ list donating list will die today. Picture the name of a loved one on that list. Wouldn't you hope and pray that someone on their deathbed had agreed to donate their organs so your loved one could continue to live? We may not be able to help people today or tomorrow, but someday. Although it may be sad, our death could give another life. I hope we all know more about the shortage of organ donations compared to the current amount of people waiting for a matching organ. I am not a current organ donor, but I plan to become one and to encourage as many people as I can by sharing my findings on this matter. I also feel there should be laws in place to protect organ donors from their families, choosing against their deceased loved ones' wishes, and to award those who are organ donors. I hope all of you leave here wanting to become or remain an organ donor. I hope all of us understand that we can save lives by giving people a second chance with a much needed organ that we may no longer need ourselves. Thank you.